What's happening? Hi, everybody. I'm figuring it out. I hadn't scheduled a. I hadn't Whoa, don't want that. I hadn't scheduled a live like this, and so it took me a minute to figure out how to find the video. And then I'm also now wondering how I make it horizontal. Horizontal. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. I don't want orientation to be locked. Oi. Okay. Hi, Joanne. Yay, Sally. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, it looks like I have to go vertical. So I'm going to be vertical. Caroline, good night. Yes. Good to see you on. I understand if it's getting late there and you gotta go. The weather is cold now. Yes, last week I had the air on and shorts and I was still hot. This week it's cold and I have the windows open. So at least we can hear the stream. And we'll get the computer on here. Yeah, I'm glad I could help. Hey Eileen, happy Sunday. I think the only reason I know the dinner's all prepared and ready to switch on. It's so interesting. Even though I was over there, it's interesting that like life is 6 hours ahead, you know, in different and more in different areas. Let's see. Okay. You have to, guys, let me know what you're creating. I'm really hoping the internet works. We have guests here today, and a lot of times when we have guests here at the property, the internet doesn't work as good. And I'm not seeing my live stream on the computer. Let's see, which is how I see your comments better. Okay, there we go. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. Okay, turn the volume off. Okay, very good. Get some light on in here. Hope you all have had a good week. I was going to say I only realize what day of the week it is because of videos. My week is, before that, I didn't really know what day of the week it was. Now, my husband has I don't even know if I'm going to use watercolor. My husband has an outside gig. And so he has a schedule. And now I'm more aware of the days. But welcome. I just poured my hot cup of tea, English breakfast decaf. Do you guys notice anything about this mug? Besides the cute cats? Hi, Nicola. This is something that's so funny to me. I'm showing you all the mug to see if you notice anything. I've had this mug for a little over a month, I think, or so. And I just noticed this last week. So, let me know if you guys see what I notice, or if I need to show it off. Well, I haven't arted yet, but I'm gonna art. Thanks for being here. I was just showing off my mug and asking if, yes, Eileen, the whiskers are on one side. What the heck? I didn't know. Yeah, missing half the whiskers. So my husband spotted this. We normally thrift our things, and he spotted this, and yeah, got us these mugs. And oopsie, last week I was sipping out of it, and I just was looking at the cats, and there's some misprints, like one of them has the ear coming off, and the on the other mug some of the feet are not printed. But it's the first time I noticed that there was only one side of whiskers on all the cats. And I looked at the other mug and it's the same. And then we went on the bottom of the mug here and went to that company, and they are half whiskered. All of them are half whiskered. So I think it's on purpose. I'm not 100% sure, but it's, I guess wasn't paying attention to that detail. So I feel like today is the best I've felt in a few weeks here. Just mentally, physically, all those things. It's been difficult lately to... I kind of lost my groove somehow. Something in the universe clicked and I was like, what am I doing? And my flow went away, that I was creating all the cards, and the 100-day project kind of went away. And I'm beating myself up about that, trying to not do that, trying to give myself kindness about it. But I'm not giving up the 100-day project. I'm just not on time with it. So today I thought I want to play around. I'm getting to where, you know, I'm not done with my cards. I'm kind of bummed, like, with work on these. I love them. I want to finish them, but I'm not terribly, like, excited right now. It's the whole thing, you know. All the isms are happening. Anyways, for the cards, I want to do... This is freaking me out because it's vertical. I guess that's what we're doing today. For the cards, I want to do words on them. And I've always kind of lettered throughout my life. You know, when I was a kid, I would do the big bubble letters in the 70s. And, you know, anyways, I have always kind of enjoyed lettering, but I don't claim to be precise or, you know, a perfectionist about it. And I haven't spent a lot of time with it lately. But I do want to put I want to write on my cards, but I want to write little badges and then kind of like fasten them to the cards. And so I've started making a list. I'll just kind of turn the camera around now. This is weird with the vertical, but let me know if you guys can see it okay. So I've been making notes about some words that I want to use on the cards. I also had this piece of watercolor that I did a long time ago for some ephemera. So that's how you say it. And I was just doing different colors, but I started playing with, you know, different ways to write. And I thought I would play with that with different papers with different mediums, because I want to explore some text-based art that I can use not just for my cards but for other things. And so that's kind of what I'm working on today. And of course y'all can try your hand at that, or you can work on your own thing, or you can just watch me work. Take your choice, right? But yeah, so I have all the cards not done. I have about half of them done. I have about just under half of the 100-day project done. I think I'm in day 40 something and everyone else is in day 50 something. I do get frustrated with myself because I start things like that and then for some reason I stop. It doesn't take too terribly much and I get distracted, or I lose interest, or I stop. I don't know exactly what happens. That's probably for a therapist to figure out. But art is my therapy, so we're gonna have art figure it out, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I thought I would do some of these words, and maybe on some different papers, and see how that goes. I like the translucent. I like the it's a vellum that's kind of translucent. See if I can. The thing about the vertical is things are not on the screen. We'll get through it. I wish that I could change the format, but I can't. So I gotta let that go. So a couple of things. Back when I'm trying to figure out what I like. So, you know, I can write all kinds of ways, but I used to do really big funky letters, and but I don't want big funky letters on the cards. I want smaller letters. You know, they're not going to be really big. So I'm thinking like they need to fit and smaller than that. So maybe like half of that size. Like that's tiny now. I'm just kind of trying things out here to see. Yeah, probably something like that big. Let's see how these other cards sizing is. Yeah. Okay. So we're going with about that big. Kind of a guidance to make the pieces of paper with the words on them about that big. And I'm also wondering if gold would look good, because there's some gold or bronze on every card. Welcome. Hey, cooking. What you got cooking? Okay. Where's my piece of paper that I just got rid of? Sorry about the doggy barking. one's a long word. I think long words are going to be hard to fit on the cards. Either that or I'm going to have to learn how to write tinier. Tinier? Smaller? Oh. Smaller. That's what I'm writing. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. Get this out of this notebook. I don't know, I'm just playing around with words to see what I want to do with my cards. I think I want to just keep it simple and not be so involved. Because the card's already involved, so the words I think should be less ornamental. That's a right way to say something. I'm not leaving, I'm just going to get something else, a different medium. All right, I'm gonna try some markers. Let's see here. Thinking about color like that, maybe, and maybe. This color looks good. Maybe too light. Yeah. Maybe something like that. Okay. might do some like let's see, I might put some tea looking color on here and then make it look like old paper. Might be fun. I don't want just stark white, you know? Maybe next week I can figure out how to stream with horizontally with a scheduled stream. I'm still figuring things out because it's impossible for me to know all the things, you know, unless I do them. And I figured there has to be a way to schedule a live, and I figured that out. So that's one thing I figured out. Now I have to figure out how to do it horizontally. It's okay. Sometimes I feel so stuck in my ways, and it's weird because I had such a lot going on at one point in my life where I had to be flexible all the time, and now I'm like, what? Something's changing? Hold on, I need 10 days notice. Okay, I got some words. I got some word places, word things. Well, thank you. It's fun figuring out, and I think, you know, I appreciate the encouragement, because I think there's a natural thing that happens when I come here to work in front of people. I, you know, oh, I gotta make sure they're good, and I have to remember, I'm like, well, I'm just making art, or whatever I'm making, and yeah, you guys are good. We're all good. I don't gotta worry about y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm thankful for y'all, but I don't gotta worry about you. Like, I'm not trying to impress you or anything. And it feels nice to know that I don't have to do that, as I wouldn't be able to do it. These are still a little wet to write on. I think that the brush marker is going to be too big to write. Hold on a second, I dropped something. I'll have to find it later. So I think this brush marker, the fine tip is going to be fine, but this side is going to be too, I don't know if I can write small enough with this. I like the style of this side, this size, but I think I'm going to not be able to write small enough. Maybe. Try it. Okay. Oh, those are still not dry. So we're going to wait a few minutes on those. I might pick out some more markers and find my lid so that one doesn't dry out. Okay. I got these markers back when I first started. Oh, I didn't pick that cap up. Hold on. I got these markers a couple years ago when I first started creating art again. And there's way too many of them. So I picked out like some of my favorites and put them in their own little bin. These are ones I hardly ever use, but I did do this little reference to see what colors look like, and because none of them look like what they look like on the lid. 42. So I like that one. And then maybe a gold color. This color, let's see. Oh, 116 is nice. It's in this one. It's funny. This is why they were in a little pouch and you could see all the numbers, but the pouch was really cumbersome, so I took them all out of the pouch, and now I have to pick them up to see the numbers. 64. 64 might work. Pick one more color. One, and then maybe the gold color. No, I think that's good. Got some varieties now. Okay, maybe those guys are dry. Not dark enough. So I need a darker orange. Well, I'm not liking that. Alright, fine tip it is. I have dried out 2 of these glue sticks now by forgetting to put the lid on. They dry out really fast. Let's see. I'm probably going to go in and decorate these even more now. Have you guys made any cards? You have to let me know. Let's see what y'all are saying. Hallie, I ended up organizing my pens by color rather than set. It ended up working out well. I find that I use and try other ones. Yeah. Yeah, when they were in the little binder thing, they were in these little elastic things that held them down, and then I'd have to like turn them to see the number and then pull one out and then try to stick it back in there. And so yeah, I just did like the cool, well this one doesn't, I just tried to do the blues and cooler colors in one and then the other colors in the other. And then I picked out a few favorites that I was using for my illustrations that I was making of myself with the kitty that I haven't done in a while. But welcome, Wendy. I'm working on lettering some of my cards. I'm just working through the process of like what I want that to look like, and it's not going super smooth, but it's going. I haven't hand lettered in a while, and I think my writing is getting messier as I get older, but it's okay. I'm human. That's what humans do. Go this way. Come on, put it over. I don't really want to cut his tail off. He's going to go like that. I need to glue the tail down better on that. So I need a little palette, a little glue palette paper here. Palette paper. Alright. We got rest and reflection. I think I'm going to go in after I make them and maybe get the cards more grounded onto the or get the lettering more grounded onto the card. This is also giving me a chance to glue down any pieces that have started picking up. Okay. Oh, let's probably go down here. I can put the words on. Resist used to be a bad word. You know, like it felt negative, but now it feels empowering. I guess if you think about it in the right brain. This face looks like he's resisting the oligarchy. All right. Resist. What's going to be next? This one's going to be strength. And adventure. So we'll do strength and adventure next. That's what I'm getting when I get those ones out. Let's see. Joanne says, I've made 6 cards so far, but then I changed the craft for a day and made a plastic canvas coaster. That's cool. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I was cruising along with these cards for I don't know how long. but I want it to be enjoyable and not feel like I have to do this, but I want to do this, so I need to spend the time doing it so that I can have the deck and start using it. Let's see if this one's going to work on here. Can't do it that way. I don't know if I'll fit all the letters on here. I'm going to get funky with it. This looks weird. You know when you spell something and you're like, that's not right. That cannot be right. That's how it feels right now. Let's see, strength. Yeah, that's right. I'll go this way. It's weird to look at these old cards, even though they're not that old. It's like, this one's probably one of the first ones, I think, in the first week I did it, which would have been like, I don't know, more than a month ago now. Which isn't old, but it feels like feels like a long time ago right now. Just trying to get the little parts that I see that are not glued. While I have each card in my hand, I'm kind of just going through and re-gluing bits. Okay. This is adventure. I think this is what this is. Nope, don't like. I like these details. I don't want to cover them up. Maybe down here. Yeah, I could tear that so it's not going over his body. Yeah, maybe I can put the word adventure on that little thing. See. Alright. Okay. Kind of dirty up that receipt a little bit. It's very white. In other news, I think we have no critters in the bus except for Kenzie, and she's our big long dog. She's always welcome in the bus. But we relocated the mouse safely, I believe. And I have been going through the processing all of my trash that I'm using for the cards and other things, so the art bus is starting to feel more better. This one is one I don't like. I wish I would have put that down here, and I'm obsessed about that. I might redo that card. I don't know. Let's see. I'll do kindness and gratitude. I'll come back to that one. I don't like how fat this one is, but I don't want to make it too skinny either. Yeah, that's better. So the thought is to have one word on a card, and then there's 52 cards. And there's not 52 cards yet, but there will be 52 cards eventually. And then I'll pull one a week, and you know, I can change my affirmation every time. It doesn't have to be like every day of the week. Kindness can be one affirmation one day and a different kindness affirmation another day. I think I'm going to combine that with like a journal, and that'll be my prompt for what I want to do there. Probably should write through the ones I have done. Resist, strength, rest, adventure, reflection. Not reflection. Okay. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to call it intuition. I'll use intuition on there. Be a little bit bigger. I wonder if I can go up and down. Let's see. Nope, that's too big. Too big of a word for that. This one's holding up pretty well. I don't see any loosey-gooseys. Oh, maybe right there. Whoopsie. It's kind of nice to get the hands in the cards and just look at them without, you know, like I did them and put them away, and then I just kind of flipped through them, but this is like I'm revisiting them and starting to see them come together, which feels nice. Hey, is it Jess? I know you, I think last week you missed it. I think I think maybe Wendy, one of y'all, two of y'all missed it, and you were bummed about that. But yeah, glad you made it. I'll do a couple more here. So what I'm doing is I wrote out some words and I'm just kind of getting them on the cards. I hadn't done that, and I wanted to mess with my lettering. I hadn't really played with that lately. And yeah, and then I think not today, but I'm gonna go in and just kind of maybe dress up the borders of the words, or maybe put some, I don't know. We're not gonna rush that. We'll see how that plays out. Right now I'm feeling possibly putting a color around the borders of the words, but I'm just gonna go ahead and keep getting words on the cards. This one I'm going to do gratitude. This little pose of Butch makes me think of gratitude and how happy he is. He was laying, I took a picture of him laying there and cuddling his little legs. And so anyways, when I saw it, it just made me think of the word gratitude, because a year ago, he was not our cat. You know, he was an outdoor cat here on property, and he was coming around and visiting us, but he kind of chose us, and yeah, it just makes me think of gratitude when I see him so happy and rested and enjoying his little life with us, his new little crew. I can cover that CTA. That doesn't mean anything. It was just a scrap piece of my note. I would like it longer. Let's see. That might work. I don't know about that. I might have to make more pieces of paper. Just using some brown on some watercolor on my sketch paper and kind of making it look a little old, because I don't want it so white on the card. Now they're too wet to put on the card, so we gotta wait. I think that one's gonna get gratitude. Yeah. You're a little Kinsey girl. Kinsey, say hi. Cuckoo. She's ignoring us. Oh. Well, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys got some stuff done. If you've been working on some stuff that you want to share in a kind space, I have the community tab on my channel is open to subscribers to post their artwork and their playfulness and whatever they're into right now, so we can all see what you're up to, and I get inspired by y'all posting in there. So if you feel like it, show us what you're up to in the community tab. And I am feeling like I could maybe do another live. I just don't know when yet. It was a lot. The past couple weeks have been a lot, so I'm processing all that, and I might do a second live, a more casual. I mean, this is pretty casual, so. But anyways, and then I'm contemplating another Google Meet in May. So we did 2 Google Meets in March, back to back. And so I'm going to figure out a time in May we can do another Google Meet. And thanks for, I'm happy to hang out with y'all. I always appreciate seeing you guys commenting, and just keep creating, making your art and making marks on a page, even when you don't feel like it. I always, when I don't feel like it and I'm doing it, I start to feel the therapy in my heart. Like I feel calmer, I feel more relaxed, and all of that stuff. So I enjoyed y'all's company too. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna drink from the one whisker. You've been organizing your tiny typeset letters. Ugh. Well, I'd love to see a picture of that. I used to, when I first got started in graphic design, we didn't do the computers, and we had to press on letters with, your pen, and then draw a blue line so they wouldn't photocopy, and you could make a straight line that way, and then press the letters, all that kind of stuff. It was fun. But yeah, just share whatever you're working on, guys, and let's stay in touch, okay? And I'll see you next Sunday. And I've been premiering the Friday video, which is fun, because then hi Andrea. We're getting ready to hang up here, but yeah, so I've been premiering the Friday video, which is fun because I'm on there watching it with you live as it's premiering, whatever the word is, and we can chat while we watch. But honestly, mine's on mute because I'm not wanting to hear myself talk, but I'd love to see what y'all... Yeah, you've just missed us. I'm sure the replay will take a little bit to process, and then we'll be back. But yeah, we just missed. It's 1 p.m. Eastern time every Sunday. And then I'm going to probably do some type of live on a different day. I just don't know what day yet. But I'm going to be thinking about that because I think it'd be fun to do more than one a week, and it would be different, Maybe it'll be different. Maybe I'll work on my comic on that live. I don't know. But, well, we'll see you next time. Y'all have a good day.